Good morning. I need you to stop whatever you are currently doing and give your full attention to what I am about to share, because this information has the genuine potential to change the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, and the way you experience every single day from this point forward. Most doctors will hand you a pamphlet about protein intake and consider that sufficient. But today, I am going to share something that the conventional medical community almost never takes the time to discuss properly. The specific foods that, when consumed during the early morning hours, can actively help slow and, in many cases, reverse the muscle breakdown that is quietly taking place in your legs right now. And yes, I am deliberately using the word reverse because, regardless of your current age or physical condition, it is genuinely not too late to make a meaningful difference. My name is Dr. Edward Sullivan. For many years, I have worked alongside patients who had completely convinced themselves that their weakness, their declining stability, their struggle to climb a flight of stairs, or their difficulty rising from a chair without using their arms was simply an unavoidable part of growing older. That belief is one of the most harmful and inaccurate ideas that has ever been accepted as common wisdom. And today, we are going to dismantle it completely. Were you aware that consuming just one specific food before 8 in the morning could potentially slow the biological aging of your leg muscles by nearly a full decade? I am not referring to any pharmaceutical product or expensive nutritional supplement. I am talking about an ordinary, familiar food that almost every person has encountered at some point in their life. Yet the vast majority of older adults walk right past it every single morning without realizing what they are leaving behind. Before we get into the details, I would genuinely love to know where in the world you are watching from today. I make it a personal commitment to read through every comment on this channel without exception. So, before we go any further, I want to ask you something. How old are you right now? And what is the one physical activity that you absolutely refuse to surrender, no matter how difficult things have become? Whether that is taking your dog for a morning walk, dancing with your grandchildren at family gatherings, or tending to your garden with care and dedication, please share that with me in the comments below. Your answer matters to me, and I want to hear it. Quick word before we continue. I created a book named Stand Strong to help older adults improve balance, build strength, move with more confidence, and stay independent for as long as possible. If that sounds like something you would benefit from, you will find it in the description. I will not mention it again. Now, let us get into today's topic. Emerging research is now pointing clearly to the idea that incorporating this single food into your morning routine could help adults over 60 maintain meaningful leg strength, improve overall stability and balance, prevent those disruptive nighttime leg cramps that steal your sleep, and even reduce the risk of progressive muscle deterioration by as much as 72%. Millions of older adults gradually find themselves depending on walkers, canes, or wheelchairs, or losing their ability to move freely through life because of this progressive and largely silent condition. The most difficult truth is that the majority of them never knew this food existed or understood the role it could play. And making things worse, many people unknowingly accelerate their own muscle decline every morning by choosing the wrong foods at the wrong time. So, let me ask you something direct. Could you be weakening your legs every single morning simply because you are missing this one essential food? Stay with me through the end of this video. I will not only show you exactly what to eat immediately after waking, but I will also walk you through 5 simple and genuinely satisfying breakfast ideas that can help you stay strong, balanced, and fully independent well into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And that final food on the list may genuinely catch you off guard. The sensation of your legs becoming less reliable with each passing month is not something you are obligated to accept as permanent. Reaching 60 or 70 does not mean you have to surrender your ability to walk with confidence, maintain your equilibrium, or live life entirely on your own terms. The truth is that you can turn this process around, and the best part is that doing so requires no medications, no expensive equipment, and no exhausting exercise programs. It begins with something deceptively simple, yet extraordinarily powerful: the very first meal you choose to eat each day. This might sound too straightforward to be meaningful, but the breakfast you choose each morning can either actively protect your legs or slowly erode them over time. And this is precisely what nutritional scientists are increasingly concerned about. The majority of adults over 60 approach breakfast in entirely the wrong way. They skip it altogether, replace it with a cup of coffee, or reach for nutrient-empty options like white toast or sugary cereal. Even more concerning, many people say things like, "I will eat something later," and drift through the entire morning on nothing but water or black coffee. What does this produce? The body enters what is called a catabolic state, where it begins actively breaking down its own muscle tissue to obtain the energy it needs to function. And do you know which muscles are targeted first? Your leg muscles, the very same muscles responsible for walking, standing upright, maintaining your balance, and protecting you from dangerous falls. A study conducted at Tufts University found that older adults were able to recover up to 35% of their lost leg strength in as little as 8 weeks, simply by consuming a nutritious morning meal that contained the right combination of ingredients. And the encouraging part about these foods is that they are affordable and available at any ordinary grocery store. You have almost certainly seen them during your regular shopping. You simply have not been combining them correctly or eating them at the most effective time of day. Over the next several minutes, I am going to walk you through 5 simple, yet scientifically supported breakfast foods that are proven to help preserve leg muscle, restore balance, reduce cramping, and rebuild strength before it slips any further away. And at the very end of this video, I will reveal one unexpected food that has helped hundreds of older adults reclaim their mobility with just a small portion eaten in the morning. If you have ever believed that lost muscle simply cannot be rebuilt, I encourage you to stay right here. You may think very differently by the time we are finished. Here is the reality of the situation. After the age of 60, the body naturally begins to lose muscle mass, and the legs are among the first and most significantly affected areas. This condition is known medically as sarcopenia, and it is one of the leading contributors to mobility difficulties, problems walking longer distances, trouble rising from a seated position, deteriorating balance, and ultimately the need for assistive devices or full-time care. What makes this process particularly deceptive is that muscle loss produces no pain. There is no fever. There are no dramatic warning signs flashing in your awareness. It progresses quietly and gradually over years. One day, your legs simply feel heavier than they used to. Another day, you notice yourself stumbling slightly when stepping off a curb. You tell yourself that you are simply getting older, and you start using your arms to push yourself up from the couch. But that explanation, while understandable, is not accurate. Aging itself does not weaken your legs. Losing muscle does. And these are different things with different solutions. The National Institute on Aging has warned that adults over 60 can lose up to 13% of their leg muscle mass in just 10 years if no corrective action is taken. And this is not merely a matter of strength or physical appearance. When leg muscles shrink, balance deteriorates, walking speed slows, and the risk of falling increases dramatically. Circulation declines, mobility becomes progressively more restricted, abdominal fat accumulates, bone density decreases, and over time, even sleep quality and cognitive sharpness can begin to suffer. The emotional weight of feeling increasingly trapped inside a body that no longer responds the way it once did can be completely devastating. So, why does all of this matter most in the morning specifically? Because after 7 to 10 hours of sleep, your body has been fasting. Without incoming nutrition, it begins using muscle tissue itself as a fuel source. This is a particularly damaging process for older adults whose muscle regeneration capacity is already considerably slower than it was decades earlier. If you do not interrupt this catabolic phase with the right breakfast, your leg muscles begin breaking down before your day has even properly begun. Because the legs contain the largest muscle groups in the entire body, losing mass there disrupts your overall metabolism, reduces circulation, and sets off a cascade of problems, including cramps, tingling, numbness, unsteady steps, and declining coordination. This is one of the central reasons why so many older adults who have no serious underlying illness still find themselves becoming progressively weaker and more dependent on others as the years pass. The encouraging truth is that your body can still respond and recover if you act with some consistency and intention. By eating the right foods at the right time, you can genuinely rebuild muscle, improve your balance, reduce cramping, and reclaim your independence one morning at a time. So please keep watching, because what comes next is the practical information that can actually change things. Consider the story of a man I will call Thomas, a 69-year-old retired construction engineer. For most of his working life, Thomas climbed scaffolding and hiked terrain across the country without ever feeling like his body was holding him back. But recently, simply getting out of bed in the morning had become a genuine challenge. His knees felt stiff when he first stood up. His feet often felt heavy or numb, and his first several steps each morning were slow and uncertain, as if he were trying to get an old machine running again after a long period of sitting idle. One morning, while reaching down for the newspaper outside his front door, he caught his foot on the step and stumbled. The fall itself was not severe, but the fear it produced was profound. In that single moment, he understood that he was losing something far more significant than just physical strength. He was losing his sense of who he was and what he was capable of. His wife had already noticed the change over the preceding months. His pace had slowed. His walks had become unsteady. He needed both hands on the armrest to push himself up from the sofa. He had stopped enjoying the morning strolls that had always been his favorite part of the day, and then the nighttime leg cramps began, waking him repeatedly and leaving him exhausted. Thomas did not have diabetes, he did not have arthritis, he did not have any serious diagnosis that explained what was happening. What he was experiencing is what many clinicians quietly describe as the after 60 shift, the period when muscle loss accelerates silently but powerfully, particularly in the legs that carry your weight and stabilize every movement you make. After that fall, Thomas began searching for answers with real urgency. He consulted with a nutritionist. He read everything he could find. He watched health videos late into the evening. That was when he discovered something he had genuinely never considered before: The strength and condition of your legs is significantly determined by what you choose to eat in the morning. So he changed his routine. No more skipping breakfast, no more black coffee on an empty stomach as his only morning nutrition. Instead, he began eating foods that contained exactly the nutrients his muscles had been quietly starving for. Nutrients that help restore circulation, rebuild tissue, reduce inflammation, and improve balance. Within 3 weeks, the change was noticeable. Getting up felt easier. His steps felt steadier. The nighttime cramps disappeared entirely. Within 2 months, he was walking 2 kilometers every morning without needing to stop and rest. Today, he often turns to his wife and says with a genuine smile that he feels like he has his legs back. One simple dietary adjustment, no medication, no formal physical therapy, and Thomas had reclaimed his strength, his energy, and his independence. That same possibility exists for you. You do not need exceptional luck or unusual discipline. You simply need the right food at the right time each morning. Now, let us go through the 5 breakfast foods that help Thomas and thousands of other older adults build stronger, steadier legs. Number 1, whole eggs. There is almost nothing as straightforward or as effective for rebuilding leg muscle as a properly prepared egg. Eggs contain virtually all of the essential amino acids your body requires for muscle repair and recovery. But the true power lies specifically in the yolk. The yolk is concentrated with vitamin D, vitamin B12, choline, and leucine, an amino acid that directly triggers muscle protein synthesis, the biological process absolutely essential for preventing and reversing muscle loss after 60. Research conducted at the University of Illinois found that older adults who consumed 2 whole eggs daily for 8 weeks experienced measurable improvements in leg strength and functional independence. Eggs also support the neuromuscular system, helping to sharpen coordination, improve balance, and make walking more stable and controlled while simultaneously reducing the risk of falls. The vitamin B12 contained in the yolk plays a specific role in protecting the myelin sheath surrounding your nerve fibers, improving the speed and accuracy of communication between your brain and your leg muscles. The result is smoother movement, more reliable balance, and greater confidence with every step. Eggs also provide highly absorbable iron, which supports blood flow and oxygen delivery to leg muscles, a nutrient that is frequently deficient in older adults without them realizing it. For the best results, eat both the yolk and the white within 1 hour of waking. Boiled eggs are an excellent preparation because they retain their full nutritional profile without requiring added fats. For variety, scrambled eggs with fresh spinach or chopped tomatoes work beautifully, as both are rich in antioxidants and magnesium, nutrients that provide additional protection to the muscles of the lower body. Every morning, that single egg is far more than breakfast. It is a direct defense against silent and progressive muscle decline. Maintain this habit consistently for 30 days. And you will very likely notice fewer cramps, stronger legs, and meaningfully greater ease when rising from a seated position. Number 2, oatmeal with chia seeds. A bowl of oatmeal topped with chia seeds provides your legs with the kind of steady, sustained energy they need to function well throughout the entire morning. While eggs supply the protein required for muscle building, oatmeal delivers a continuous stream of nutrients that support muscle function and physical endurance. When combined with chia seeds, this modest and inexpensive breakfast becomes a genuinely powerful tool for older adults who want to preserve leg strength, prevent further muscle loss, and support healthy circulation. One of the most important compounds found naturally in oats is beta-glucan, a form of soluble fiber that helps reduce inflammatory activity in the body, improves nutrient absorption within muscle tissue, and stabilizes blood sugar levels throughout the morning. This is particularly important after 60, when metabolic function has naturally slowed and blood sugar regulation becomes less efficient. Chia seeds bring an additional layer of benefit by providing omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, potassium, and magnesium, all of which are essential for healthy muscle contractions, efficient nerve signal transmission, and the prevention of leg cramps. This combination is especially valuable for addressing the nighttime muscle spasms that interrupt sleep for so many older adults. Magnesium helps muscles relax fully after contraction. Potassium maintains electrolyte balance and supports circulation, so that oxygen and nutrients can reach even the smallest and deepest muscles in your legs. Preparation is simple. Cook 3 tablespoons of rolled oats in water or unsweetened plant-based milk until soft. Then stir in 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. A few slices of banana or a small handful of blueberries add natural sweetness and valuable antioxidant protection. Eating this warm within 1 hour of waking allows older adults to experience better balance, fewer leg cramps, and noticeably improved endurance through the day. Nighttime cramping often diminishes substantially within a few weeks, signaling that the muscles are finally receiving the nourishment they need to repair and rebuild overnight. Bananas deserve their own special mention here as nature's electrolyte food for very good reason. Their potassium content makes them particularly effective for preventing leg cramps, supporting circulation, promoting smooth muscle contractions, and maintaining leg strength over time. Eating a banana shortly after waking is optimal because the body is typically at its lowest mineral reserves first thing in the morning. A medium banana provides approximately 400 milligrams of potassium, roughly 10% of the daily requirement. Potassium is essential for maintaining the electrical balance across muscle cell membranes, which allows your muscles to fire cleanly and consistently. Without adequate potassium, muscles can misfire or spasm, leading to painful nighttime cramps or uncomfortable leg twitching while resting, issues that are extremely common in older adults, especially those taking diuretics or experiencing reduced mineral absorption from their diet. Research from Harvard University found that older adults who consumed bananas regularly were 33% less likely to experience leg cramps compared to those with insufficient potassium intake. Bananas also supply vitamin B6, which supports the nerve communication pathways between your brain and leg muscles, enhancing both coordination and balance while moving. However, it is important to note that not everyone can eat bananas without some consideration. Individuals managing type 2 diabetes, blood sugar concerns, or kidney disease should exercise appropriate caution since elevated potassium intake can affect both glucose regulation and heart rhythm in certain situations. For those individuals, a slightly underripe banana is preferable, as it contains less sugar and more resistant starch, which is digested more slowly and produces a gentler effect on blood glucose. The best timing is after your main breakfast, rather than on a completely empty stomach, paired well with oatmeal, chia seeds, or Greek yogurt to improve nutrient absorption and maintain steady energy levels. For most healthy older adults, 1 small banana in the morning provides meaningful protection for leg muscles, supports improved stability, and helps slow age-related muscle decline. Number 3. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is one of the most effective breakfast foods available for addressing the gradual muscle breakdown that takes place overnight during sleep. Compared to standard yogurt, it contains nearly double the protein concentration because of the triple straining process that removes the liquid whey. For adults over 60, the slow digesting casein protein within Greek yogurt provides a sustained release of amino acids that actively support leg muscle maintenance and repair during the morning hours when the body is transitioning out of its overnight catabolic state. During sleep, the body enters a fasting and muscle breaking down mode, and the age-related hormonal and metabolic shifts that occur after 60 make muscle recovery progressively slower than it once was. Without adequate protein consumed early in the morning, the muscles of the legs, which are especially vulnerable to deterioration because of reduced activity levels and declining circulation, may continue to break down rather than rebuild. A 170-gram serving of Greek yogurt delivers approximately 17 grams of high-quality protein, including leucine, the amino acid most directly responsible for initiating muscle protein synthesis. It also provides calcium and vitamin D, two nutrients that together support bone health and neuromuscular coordination, contributing to better balance, walking efficiency, and stability during daily movement. The probiotics found naturally in yogurt support digestive health and also help reduce systemic inflammation and improve nutrient absorption, both of which benefit healthy circulation in the legs. A study conducted at Maastricht University in the Netherlands found that older adults who consumed 20 grams of protein each morning while engaging in light physical activity experienced significant improvements in measured leg strength within just 6 weeks. Participants also reported fewer nighttime leg cramps and meaningfully better overall balance. For individuals with lactose intolerance or sensitive digestion, lactose-free Greek yogurt or varieties made from goat or sheep milk may be more comfortable options. If today's video has given you something valuable, I want to ask you to do 3 things. First, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so now. I publish videos like this one every single week, specifically designed to help you take meaningful control of your health and your daily well-being. Second, click the like button so that this important information can reach other older adults who may be quietly dealing with exactly this situation right now and who need to hear it. And third, leave a comment below answering this specific question. Which of these 5 morning foods are you going to begin with? And which physical activity are you most determined to protect and keep in your life? I read every comment personally, and your response directly shapes the topics I bring to you in future videos. The scientific references supporting everything discussed in today's video are available in the description box below for anyone who wishes to explore the research further. Take care of your legs, take care of your independence, and remember that every good choice you make this morning is an investment in the freedom and confident movement you will experience tomorrow and every day that follows. This is Dr. Edward Sullivan wishing you strength, steadiness, and vibrant health for all the years ahead.